Good afternoon, everyone. Megha said that this is a forum which is by the women, of the women, and for the women. I'm just happy and lucky to be here, that I've gotten this opportunity. It is a little intimidating, but I'll do my best. Shama, thank you for being here. Shazia ji, thank you so much for being here. Shama, we've known each other since before you joined politics, for a couple of decades now. You've been a doctor as well. I'm not sure whether you still practice that or not. You're a different kind of doctor now. Let's put it that way. But, okay, we are talking about the state of women, or rather, the position of women under the Modi government. We can go into what all has been done. The Prime Minister has been, unequivocal when he talks about how the situation of women in our country has completely transformed, owing to a couple of revolutionary initiatives that this government has taken. Foremost, let's talk about, the Shauchalaya Abhiyan, the toilets that have been constructed, that has also been pledged as a dignified way of making sure that women find the right kind of inclusivity that they deserve. And secondly, we've seen the Prime Minister, up till recently, when he went to Assam, when he went to the eastern states right before the election, talk about how the platform for women has expanded under the Bharatiya Janata Party. As somebody from the opposition party, I want you to, not only look at what Alka ji said as the glass half full or half empty. I want you to look at the glass in totality and tell me what you feel about that.
Okay, so I'm going to start with, since you said it's a panel on, the discussion topic is Muslim women. Women, I can go on, like Alka ji has said, I can go on it about the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's start with the triple talaq, for example. All right, I'm going to go in continuity. Now, triple talaq is, first of all, as a Muslim woman who knows the Quran, it's not there in the Holy Quran. It's practiced in mainly northern India. Okay, we went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said null and void. What does the meaning of null and void means? When the man says talaq, 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 it is not talaq. She can say that, it is null and void, it is not talaq. Now, what does the Modi government do after that? They go to criminalize it. That is, they make it a cognizable offense. What is a cognizable offense? Is when anybody out there can say, you know what, I heard this man say talaq, talaq, talaq to his wife. And you can go to the police and place a complaint. The police can arrest him without a warrant. So he is in jail for 10 years. So the question today is, yes, if you're criminalizing triple talaq, also criminalize those men. Because I run an organization in Kerala called the Zoya Charitable Trust, and so I meet a lot of women. Also criminalize those men who abandon their wives and children. They have to be also criminalized, according to me, because there are so many men out there who are not Muslims, but non-Muslims also, who abandon their wives, their children. Why don't you criminalize that? That will be better, one. Number two, after that, I go to the Sabrimala issue. What happened during Sabrimala? The Supreme Court said, women between the age of 10 and 50 can enter the temples. Now, what did Mr. Amit Shah say? He said Article 14 has the right to equality. But Article 25 and 26 gives you the freedom to practice your religion. This same Amit Shah, where I have nothing against that, all right? I come from Kerala. I understand what it is because I was given an explanation that Ayyappa is a brahmachari, so that is the reason. And Hindu women also there wanted it. Fine, I agree with that. But the same Amit Shah, when it came to the hijab in Karnataka, what did he say? That time there is no Article 25, there is no Article 26. The Constitution says that they cannot wear. Now, let me make one thing clear on hijab today. No government, no husband, no man will decide if I want to wear hijab or Shazia Ilmi wants to wear hijab or any lady here wants to wear hijab. It is, I can see a lady here. It is the right of the woman. And that much freedom Islam has given to its women that we decide that if I want to wear a hijab or not. Okay. Right? So, what happened during the hijab thing? 6 girls couldn't attend a college in Udupi. It could have been sorted out. We could have said, you know what, let them wear the color of the hijab white if the uniform is white. We have it in England, we have it in other countries. That was also a discretion
of the school. That was also a discretion of that public, that particular school to actually uphold that particular stand. It was not necessarily the government stand of the day.
So then what happened? It went to the court.
Can I come in,
and when,
please?
I'm coming to you. Just give it a minute. Just wrap up, Shama.
when-
We only have
Not even
15
on the
minutes.
topic. So
No, can I just finish, Shazia?
Yeah,
We are friends. This is not a television
Yeah,
debate.
we're not on
you know?
TV.
I just
We are,
wanted to
but
make-
this is a different kind of
He'll
thing.
give
Shazia,
you your
just
time.
one second.
Let me finish. So what did he say then? What happens when the Supreme Court, all BJP government, including their Advocate General, was that girls cannot wear hijab. Bomai, no hijab. Everybody in Karnataka.
Let Shazia
and-
respond to
and-
that. Okay, Shazia, Shama is saying that, this
No, I still have
emancipation.
some more points
Just
to
one second,
say.
I'll come back to you. Shazia,
Yeah,
Shama is
because it's
basically saying
limited-
that this is a case of selective emancipation.
So clearly, the topic has not been made clear. So I will repeat it because it's on Muslim women and on triple talaq.
Have they prospered? Are they better off? That's the
So
larger
first
picture
of
that
all,
we're looking at.
every scheme of this government, I think women's development has been the cornerstone of every central scheme of this government. If you come look at triple talaq of rights of marriage, Muslim women's bill, you will realize that the various women, Muslim women, approached different benches, not just in Uttar Pradesh but other places, other benches, and they asked that triple talaq should be done away with, should be removed, which is exactly what the Supreme Court asked for. And after the pernicious practice which has been there in India since the 13th century, and despite the reversal on the Shah Bano case, we all saw how the Muslim clergy took over. In fact, they went against the mandate of Quran and Islamic values and constitution values and human values. And they wanted to keep and leave out the minority from the minority. मतलब मुसलमानों में भी जो मुसलमान औरत है, जो अक़लियतों के भी सबसे ज़्यादा एक छोटी सी उसका भी एक सबसेक्ट है, उसको भी प्रताड़ना से बचाने के लिए, बदसलूकी से बचाने के लिए कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. तो it is our government that did not go the Rajiv Gandhi way, that did not succumb to orthodoxy or anti-women legislation,
right,
and actually enacted, no, I'm not done, and actually enacted a legislation which gives women the right to question triple talaq, which is un-Islamic, because talaq-e-Hasan and talaq-e-Ahsan are permissible, but talaq-e-Biddat, which was being practiced, is unconstitutional and un-Islamic. So finally, good constitution, good sense, and Quran has prevailed. Okay. Thanks to BJP government.
Okay.
And not
Shama,
just that on hijab.
Okay.
And not just on hijab, let me come to you. And I want to just say about that, it is about law. And it's about a school and it's about a uniform. Just like there are police women here. Proud of you, my sisters. Salute to you. And army is there. They wear the uniform and they wear it with pride.
Okay.
I was a little girl going to St. Mary's Convent, Kanpur. And it was difficult to come out of Chamanganj. Everybody in my house wore a burqa. But I had to wear a skirt. Because that was my uniform. Right. And for the sake of education, my family had to fight.
So those girls in Karnataka should have worn the hijab or not?
And also I want to make a few things clear. All the statements attributed to the current Home Minister, Amit Shah ji, uttered by my friend Shama, are not true. No such statement on hijab was given by Amit Shah at all. So I just want to make that clear.
The statement was given on a CNN News 18
hold on, Shama. Just hold
interview,
on. Shama, one second.
and I can
let me
vouch for
articulate
it.
what
I
she
will get
said
you
for the
the
audience
evidence.
as well. Shama, let me articulate what has been said. No, one second. Hold on. Let me at least ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it is always going to boil down between Shah Bano and Bilkis Bano when we talk about Muslim women in India now?
No, first let me clear that. That statement was made because it's not there in the article, exactly what Mr. Amit Shah said. Now, my thing is, when she mentioned triple talaq, I did not say anything against it, no? Did I say anything against it? I'm saying
Congress
that's fine.
Party voted against it. I want to tell you.
I'm sorry.
Shazia ji, one second.
Doesn't matter what Shama Mohammed thinks. The party in the parliament,
Shazia ji, you had your say. Let her come back, Shazia ji.
My party stand, I know. My party did not vote against triple talaq.
It did.
It wanted the triple talaq away. How can she tell me about my party stand?
They should know your
They
facts.
did not want. want the
But
triple
do
talaq.
you know your facts?
I'm
But
sorry.
You should know, no? How
It's
triple
not
talaq
done.
happened.
I mean,
You
do you
can
know
co-
who?
you can correct her
There's
when
an
she-
anchor
when
you
she-
should intervene.
when
Do you know
when
which
she-
parties voted for
I
the
did.
bill
I
and
did
against the
intervene.
bill?
I stopped her from starting.
As an
One
anchor,
second.
you should know.
One second. One second.
Sam, don't get me somebody like this who keeps interfering and not have
Finish
any
your point.
decency for me to talk.
Let's keep
How
it
can
plain
I-
and
yeah,
simple.
We have
All
facts.
right.
I know her.
Shazia ji,
Let's
one
just.
second.
I'm not
We are not on
interfering.
TV
Let
right
me
now.
speak.
This is this is like a charity event. That's what we're doing here. So please.
You know, we are
I just wanted to
against.
stick to facts.
Let her finish, Shazia. Please. Let her finish. Shama, nobody
We
will
are
interrupt.
against triple talaq. Very clear on that. Nobody in my party stood for triple talaq. And as far as the Shah Banu thing, I'm saying it over here that it was not right. It was a mistake, and I'm telling you that. Okay. I'm not going to say that, oh, we did the right thing. No, it was wrong. And as a Muslim woman, I agree on that. Now my point here is, she says there is just a triple talaq. Now what are we seeing after that? We saw the CA protests. What did Mr. Modi say? ये आग लगाने वाले कौन है वो उनके कपड़ों से पता चलता है. What is the meaning of that? Those are Muslim women who were there during the CA protests. So on one side you do a triple talaq and then you say आग लगाने वाले हैं जो मुसलमान है वहाँ वो आग लगा रहे हैं. एक मिनट मुझे खत्म करने दो आप प्लीज. आप मेरे पॉइंट खत्म नहीं कर मुझे खत्म करने दो.
Nobody
So
said anything.
you have that one issue happening. Then you have bulldozers going on Muslim houses. Bulldozers are always there. There are issues. I remember when Agniveer happened, many train stations, police stations were burned down, all right? During that Agnipath, the new, this thing which has come out. Now, why don't you also bulldoze those? So when you bulldoze a house in Madhya Pradesh, number of houses were bulldozed. Stone pelting, you say. I mean, what does the law say? Law says that if somebody is stone pelting, I'm saying today, punish him. Arrest the person who's stone pelting, putting behind bars, let a case happen. But you go and bulldoze a house, you know, what are you doing? You're bulldozing a woman's heart. Who builds the house? A man gives the money to a Muslim woman or any woman. She's the one who collects little by little things in that beautiful house. Her dreams are shattered when you bulldoze a house. Next point, lynch mobs, Nasir and Junaid, killed. Why were they burned alive in Haryana? They were burned alive. They did not even have a cattle with them. Nothing. They were burned alive because of suspicious that they were cattle farmers. All right. And after whose children are they? A Muslim mother's children. Remember, the lynch mobs, Akhlaq it started on. Why is the Prime Minister of India not condemning this and coming out and say, you see, I want the rule of law in India. I don't want this to happen. A triple talaq does not change things. A triple talaq, I am against, the Congress party is against. What I'm asking today is, what is he actually doing for Muslim women? I have my friend Shazia Ilmi sitting here. She's been in the party for 8 years.
Yeah.
Has she been made a Rajya Sabha member? Has she been given a ticket? How many Muslims, forget male or female, do not get tickets in that party?
Can she respond? We only have 3 minutes left into this conversation, so we have to allocate time judiciously. Shazia ji.
No, I want to just answer some of the things again, half-truths and non-truths have been thrown around. So the parliament, the Triple Act law was passed, Protection of Rights of Marriage, Muslim Women's Bill. And I just want to tell all of you here that Congress party actually walked out. Congress party walked out
Lie,
in protest.
we were against.
Is there Hindu? You just have to Google it, all of you, you'll know this. That is how it was passed. And reasons were given. In fact, for years and years, this has been a demand. And I think there are enough journalists here and activists who know this, and I think we have the good old search who will tell us what happened. I followed it carefully. So just like in Quran, because this was never a part of Quran, triple talaq, which is talaq, talaq, talaq. The oral proclamation of the word talaq, which would lead to an annulment of marriage, which is actually very unfair. And we have somebody with us, a survivor, right here with us. Assalamu alaikum to you, and you know, Godspeed to you. सारी दुआएं आपके लिए. और देश का कानून finally आपके लिए है, बन गया है कि finally, if a man you're not letting me speak, Vineet, you are. Just if you just see the allocation of time given,
please,
you can just
go ahead. I just said okay. I agreed with you. I didn't stop you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So finally, Muslim women have recourse. You can go to a police station and register this. Earlier, before this, a woman would be just abandoned, thrown out of the house. And All India Muslim Law Board, during the time of Shah Bano case, was deciding the matter, and Supreme Court ordinance was thrown out and done away with. This was Rajiv Gandhi government. And it is this government, our present government, which ensured that in keeping with the Supreme Court judgment, no ordinance will come to overthrow it, but it will be honored, and a Muslim woman would have legal recourse. She can go to court of law, and she can say that I have been abandoned, I have been thrown out of my house, and I deserve a life of dignity. So I think this is the importance of maintaining the dignity and protection of a marriage for a Muslim woman.
Can I come in?
And I think
we've run out of time as
yeah,
well.
I know.
So
My
Shazia
last point is she's been repeating only the triple talaq. And again, I say we were against triple talaq, but we were not for criminalization of triple talaq, the individual. If you're going to criminalize him, criminalize all men who abandon women. And the last lid on it of what Mr. Modi has done against women is definitely what Alkaji also said, the Bilkis Bano rape case. Now here, the woman was gang raped. Let's understand. The men who did it killed her 3-year-old child, took the head, smashed it on the wall, raped her mother and sister in front of them, or in front of her, killed 14 of her relatives. They were then taken by these dead bodies, when they were exhumed, were decapitated to not find out who they were. The case had to be shifted from Gujarat to Maharashtra. You understand the case? And this woman, Bilkis Bano, stood all that and won the case. And what do you do to her? You release a rapist. You give ticket to their daughters. You make them stand with an MLA and MP in Gujarat just 1 week back, and they did a program.
Okay.
What is the message you're not giving to Muslim women, but to the women of this country?
We've run out of time. Shazia ji, I'm going to give you half a minute to respond, and then we conclude.
so.
No, she has not replied on-
Rajasthan is
1 second.
so Rajasthan, despite its population, is a Congress-run state, and it leads in the numbers in crimes against women. And obviously, Congress party wants to even politicize something like rape. So I do not want to politicize rape. Let me finish. Please.
What is more
Let's
than
not
that?
do this.
Shama, let her finish. She didn't interrupt
scream.
you. Let her finish.
Let's not scream. Let's not scream. Something like rape cannot be used as a political tool. This is about our bodies. This is about our dignity. Rape cannot be used as a political tool. I'm afraid the women raped in Rajasthan would not be talked about. Why? Because it's a Congress ruled state. And the crime and the increased crimes and rapes have been the maximum in Rajasthan. When you look at policing and law and order, these are the National Crime Bureau
Police-
Right,
reports
we've
that
run
I'm
out of
telling
time,
you about.
Shama.
Police
I
have taken
apologize.
action against it. It is not us. You journalists brought us Hathras.
We've run out of
You
time.
brought us to attention Unnao. Nobody else. It is the journalists who brought these cases up. Get the journalists. Tell us a
Okay.
case in Rajasthan
All
where
right.
we have not.
I'm sure
we have not stood with the victim.
This is not
tell
going to end.
Tell me today.
This is not going
I
to
will
end
tell
today.
you, Ashok Gehlot ji.
This is not going to end today.
You are the journalists who got these cases.
Okay,
We saw
all
what
right.
happened.
Shama,
What is Hathras?
Shama, we've run out of time. It's time for our
Antarashtriya
next session. So at the end of the conversation, all I can say, it was inconclusive, but the conclusion still comes out that you both agreed to disagree. So thank you for coming here and pouring your heart out. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.